Welcome to our video on the car loan conundrum. Should you pay off a low-rate auto loan or invest the money instead? In this episode, we will unpack how car loan interest actually works, what a payoff quote really includes, and how to weigh a guaranteed return against market risk. We will also give you a practical decision framework, a numerical example, and 2 quick quizzes to test your understanding. Let's start by laying out the plan, then move into the key concepts. Here is the agenda. First, we will present a short disclaimer and cover safety-first priorities like the emergency fund. Next, we will explain amortization and the mechanics of car loan interest. Then, we will clarify why payoff quotes look slightly higher than your remaining principal. After that, we will compare the guaranteed return of paying off a 4.49% loan against potential market returns. Subsequently, we will walk through a decision map and a step-by-step framework. We will then review quick math, a worked example, and finally highlight behavioral considerations and key takeaways, along with short quizzes to reinforce learning. Before we begin, this content is educational and not financial advice. Everyone's situation is unique, therefore. Please consult a qualified professional who can consider your personal circumstances before making decisions. With that said, let's transition to safety-first priorities that should guide any choice you make. First, prioritize safety. Ensure you have a robust emergency fund of at least 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. Keep it in a liquid, high-yield savings account. Liquidity is non-negotiable and should come before eliminating any debt. With this foundation in place, we can now move on to understanding how car loan interest really works. Car loans typically use simple daily interest, which is often misunderstood. Interest accrues based on your remaining principal balance, not as a single lump sum charged up front. Each day, the lender calculates a small amount of interest using your APR divided by 365, multiplied by the outstanding principal. When you make a payment, part of it goes to interest accrued since the last payment, and the rest reduces principal. If you pay extra or pay off the entire balance early, the principal drops faster or to zero, and the lender stops charging future interest immediately. This is why early payoff creates genuine interest savings. Now that we understand interest mechanics, let's briefly test your knowledge. Quiz time. What happens to future interest when you pay off an amortized car loan early? Option A, it continues as scheduled. Option B, it stops immediately. Option C, you pay a penalty equal to the remaining interest. Option D, nothing changes. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. Interest stops immediately. Since interest is computed daily on the outstanding principal, eliminating the principal through payoff removes the base on which interest is calculated. Therefore, future scheduled interest does not accrue. A payoff quote is typically a little higher than your current principal balance. That is because it includes the remaining principal plus the small amount of interest that is accrued daily since your last payment date. This payoff amount changes day by day. After you pay it, the lender stops charging any future interest. Next, let's compare the guaranteed return of paying off with the potential return of investing. On the left, paying off a 4.49% loan is equivalent to earning a guaranteed, effectively tax-free return of 4.49% by avoiding that expense. It eliminates the debt, improves monthly cash flow, and comes with zero volatility, which can create substantial peace of mind. It is also behaviorally friendly, because once the debt is gone, you can redirect the old payment into investments. On the right, investing may yield higher returns over the long run, but the outcome is uncertain, especially over shorter horizons. Markets are volatile, and sequence risk can affect results. Gains may be taxable, and success requires discipline to keep investing consistently. With that perspective, let's visualize a decision map. This mind map places the car loan decision at the center. The first branch checks whether your emergency fund is ready. If not, that becomes the priority. The second branch looks at the interest rate, such as around 4.5%, and compares it to safe yields. The third branch evaluates risk tolerance, ranging from low to high. The fourth considers time horizon, from short to long. The fifth branch addresses behavioral factors, including peace of mind and the likelihood of sticking with the plan. The sixth looks at cash flow benefits from freeing a monthly payment through payoff. The seventh covers taxes, noting that investment gains can be taxable, while payoff savings are effectively after tax. Finally, the decision branch outlines options such as paying off now, investing while continuing payments, or a hybrid partial payoff. Next, we will present a step-by-step framework you can follow. Follow these steps. First, build a liquid emergency fund. Second, verify your loan APR, remaining balance, and months left. Third, request a fresh payoff quote and note that it changes daily with accrued interest. Fourth, list your priorities and whether you favor certainty or potential upside. Fifth, compare after-tax returns and risk. Sixth, decide whether to pay off, invest, or choose a hybrid partial payoff. Seventh, if you pay off, set up an automatic transfer to invest the freed monthly payment. Eighth, revisit your plan every 6 to 12 months to adjust to new rates, goals, or cash flow. Now, let's reinforce with quick math. Here is some quick math. Paying off a 4.49% car loan is equivalent to earning a guaranteed, effectively after-tax return of 4.49% because you avoid that expense entirely. For investments, the future value formula is principal times 1 plus the rate to the power of the number of periods. To justify investing instead of paying off, your expected, after-tax, risk-adjusted return should exceed 4.49%. Otherwise, the guaranteed return of debt elimination is often the smarter move, especially for beginners. With that context, let's walk through a numerical example. Consider an example with $15,000 remaining at 4.49% APR over 36 months. The estimated monthly payment is roughly $448. If you do not pay off early and follow the schedule, the remaining total interest would be approximately $1,128. Option A, paying off now, would save approximately that full amount in guaranteed after-tax terms. Option B, investing $15,000 at 7% for 3 years could grow to about $18,376, a gain of roughly $3,376, but this is not guaranteed, may be taxable, and is subject to volatility. Additionally, paying off early frees up about $448 per month, which you can redirect into investments, potentially accelerating wealth building in a disciplined way. Next, let's check your understanding with another quick quiz. Second quiz. A 4.49% car loan payoff is equivalent to what type of return? Option A, a risky, pre-tax return. Option B, a guaranteed, after-tax return. Option C, a guaranteed, pre-tax return. Option D, a risky, after-tax return. You may pause the video now to consider the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. Paying off the loan avoids an expense with certainty, which functions like a guaranteed, after-tax return of 4.49%. There is no market volatility on this payoff return. Behavior matters. If paying off the car helps you sleep better at night and reduces financial stress, that is a perfectly valid optimization. Behavioral wins often outperform theoretical optimizations because you are more likely to stick with them. If you do pay off the car, set up automatic recurring investments using the amount you just freed in your monthly budget to accelerate progress. Now, let's cement the main takeaways. The key points are as follows. Always prioritize an emergency fund because liquidity is essential. Car loans typically charge daily interest on the remaining principal. Early payoff immediately stops all future interest charges. Paying off a 4.49% loan is equivalent to earning a guaranteed, after-tax return of 4.49%. Investing may exceed that return over the long run, but outcomes are uncertain and volatile. Finally, select the option you will follow consistently and automate the next steps to make progress effortless. In summary, start with safety by ensuring your emergency fund is in place. Next, compare the guaranteed payoff return to realistic, after-tax investing returns with your time horizon and risk tolerance in mind. Let behavioral fit guide your choice, since peace of mind and consistency often determine success. Whatever you choose, automate contributions or payments so you follow through over time. Now, a quick closing note. Thank you for watching. If this video helped, please like, share, and subscribe. In the comments, tell us whether you plan to pay off your car loan or invest instead and why. Your insights can help others make better decisions.